Evening all. Today I'm back with Ren. Some more stuff from the Sick Boy album. Animal Flow. Let's get into it.
Animal flow. You're in the mind of a cannibal king, where chaos and anarchy roam, and trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows whenever.
Alright, cool, man. This is like, initially it's like Clockwork Orange, isn't it? What's this saying up here? Two legs bad worst. Not going to read all that just yet. All animals are equal. Yeah. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Let's not get into the politics of that. But it reminds me of A Clockwork Orange and also Mighty Boosh. Has anybody watched the Mighty Boosh? A great surreal sitcom from the early 2000s.
Animal flow. You're in the mind of a cannibal king, where chaos and anarchy roam, and trouble is bubbling under the skin. A certain insanity shows whenever I pick up the mic and begin. Whenever these words that I write with my pen come alive, they ignite like I pulled out the pin. Animal flow. Out in the jungle, I'm ready for war. I'm beating your brains with a bat, I'm swinging it back, and it's spooky, I bite 'cause I'm bored. Lord of the cannibals, bro. A murderous mind that you can't ignore. I wait and react with combat on the counter-attack. On the king of the jungle, I roar. Animal. Animal flow, I'm the flow CEO, I've got mountain.
I like that Ren's chose to do such an extravagant video for this tune, because this is not pop music, is it? You know, this is I don't know how would you categorize the sounds of this, man? I mean, it's raw, isn't it? You know, and some harsh sounds and stuff in there, and some surreal humor. Oh, I've gone back to the start. That's a. Is that a reference to the Backstreet Boys? The dance that they were doing in the bath.
On the king of the jungle, I roar. Animal.
Which, by the way, is a great pop song, isn't it? What was it called? Backstreet's Back? Great pop song, great video.
Animal. Animal flow, I'm the flow CEO, I've got mountains of murderous rhymes. Mountain volcanic, I blow and cause mayhem and panic. There's nowhere to run from my mind. I'm an impassable foe, never slowing, just growing and flowing with intricate lines. Yes, I will dig in my teeth when I bite like a beast. Blood, I drink it like wine. Animal flow, out in the wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing. Animal skins over my shoulders like bling. They will be clothing my sins.
There was a line that caught my ears there. Let's see if I can catch it again.
Out in the wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings.
Out in my wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings.
On my own, I'm a terrible thing.
Oh no, it's on my own, I'm a terrible thing. I am fascinated lately with the idea of the wilderness, you know, and I guess the biblical stories and stories in mythology and all religions and ancient cultures and all sorts. There always seems to be that idea of being cast out into the desert or going out there voluntarily, you know, being freed into the wilderness, you know, but being freed, I guess, like the Israelites. I might be getting some of this wrong, these stories, but as far as I understand it, you know, the Israelites get cast out. Do they get cast out, or do they become free from the tyranny of the Pharaoh? But then but then they're in the desert, you know, for a generation or more, which I find interesting because people do romanticize, don't they, for once dictatorships fall apart and stuff, or Soviet Union, in Brazil as well. That I know people that think it was better, you know, when it was a military dictatorship out there and stuff. So I guess at least with some kind of tyranny, you have some kind of structure, and then what do you replace that with? Anyway, my point is that I've been relating that to my own life, you know, and I suppose I was subject to my own tyranny, you know, for a long, long time, without even realizing, and to my own impulsive behaviour, perhaps, you know, or my own, would it be called hedonism? I'm not too sure, but and then when I cast off all of these behaviours that I'd been engaging in for years, you know, I had a friend once actually, he said, you know, it's about finding new ways to live, and it is, but there is a period in the wilderness, I think, you know, before you're reborn, you know. So I find that like sort of story as well, you know, the idea of death and resurrection and metamorphosis. It seems to be integral, you know, to human experience, you know, that we all must go through, and we all think, what words am I looking for? A dark night of the soul. Is it inevitable at some point? Maybe some people just never get that far, I don't know, or into that, but I'm very grateful for the hell that I went through, you know, and I mean, it was a self-inflicted hell, or what, you know, was it self-inflicted? But it was necessary, you know, for me to learn and to grow and to understand myself and the world better, and to come back stronger and wiser, which is what I'm doing now here, you know, doing this reaction channel, working on music again for the first time in like a decade, making some big plans, you know. Anyway, let's just knock this back a little bit and get back to some animal flow.
Digging my teeth when I bite like a beast. Blood, I drink it like wine. Animal flow. Out in the wilderness I will be king. Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing.
Sit on my throne, I'm the Lord of the Rings. Out on my own, I'm a terrible thing. Yeah, no man is an island and all that as well, isn't it? It's just, you know, you do need people or somebody, you know, at least one person, I think, to because you need to talk, don't you? You know, otherwise you just do it in your head. There's that great line in Peaky Blinders when Tommy starts to lose himself, and he says, "It's okay, I know what this is. This is just myself talking to myself about myself." And whilst that can be helpful, dangerous territories to get into, isn't it? You know, so yeah, being on your own, man. It's tough, sometimes necessary. Wouldn't recommend it for longer than necessary. Community, friends, family, loved ones, all that's important, you know. It's that idea, I suppose, of, you know, it takes a village to raise a child and all that.
Animal skins over my shoulders like bling. They will be clothing my sins. I came to win over and over again. I'll take your life with a grin. Animal. Animal.
I really like that. I don't know why, but there's just the lights in the washing machine. There's just some good. It's some good, unusual. Like I said, very, very, very sort of reminiscent of the Mighty Boosh. Even, I guess, musically, you know, because I know it was a surreal sitcom, or was it a sitcom, a comedy show? But the music in that show was, the songs, although comedic, were on point.
Animal. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. It made the blood look so much redder when I slit its throat. Watch it drip, drop, till the ground was so...
This is good, isn't it? It's talking about, slitting a lamb's throat or whatever, and there's almost the bear in his voice a little bit.
Face was white as snow. It made the blood look so much redder when I slit its throat. Watch it drip, drop, till the ground was soaked. Oh, Mary, quite contrary how the blood it flows. Horrific, explicit, happy, parasitic, acidic, I'm eating your flesh. Don't fidget, I'm livid, not mentally with it. I get kinda sick when I'm stressed. I am the I am the storm, I am the fury, I am the scorn, I am the belly, I am the beast. Yes, I am, yes, I'm an animal, yes, I'm an animal. Yes, sometimes the things I say are irrational. Yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical. Yes, I will.
That's a good line, isn't it? I'm an animal. Sometimes the things I say are irrational. And we're a very sort of contradictory species, I suppose, aren't we? It's a bizarre thing, I suppose, being human. And I always go back to the line in Bittersweet Symphony, the Verve tune, not the Wren retake rap over. He just uses the music for that, doesn't he? I mean, I think I mentioned before, ages before I started this reaction channel on New Wren, I have seen that Bittersweet Symphony one he did, which I'm going to revisit at some point. But anyway, going back to the original song, that idea of I'm a million different people from one day to the next. And I think I used to embrace that volatility because it's I felt it was what allowed me to be creative, But now I'm trying. Now I've come through the desert and the dark night and all that. I'm trying to structure, my time more and be more efficient in moving towards the things I want, and it's funny because setting aside time to be creative, I used to think, you can't just set aside time to be creative. But I guess if your life is busy and stuff, then you've got to, and it's funny that turning up every day, going fishing every day, it's amazing that it compounds, and all of a sudden now I'm finding it's getting easier to play again, it's getting easier to sing. My range is getting back to what I know I'm capable of and stuff like that, and new ideas are coming, which is also pretty wonderful, and I've got less time to waste, so I've got to be efficient. Got a lot of catching up to do.
I am the belly, I am the beast. Yes, I am, yes, I'm an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. Yes, sometimes the things I say are irrational. Yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical. Yes, I will be waging war on the capital. Yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down, cause hypocrites, they burn quite easily. Wow, burn and pillage it all to the ground. Your illegitimate king lost his crown.
I'm gonna improve my clicking ability. But there's the idea of you want to. He said something about the beast here, didn't he?
Yes, I am, yes, I'm an animal. Yes, I'm an animal. Yes, sometimes the thing.
But yeah, the beast and the idea that we're all capable of heinous, terrible things. If you look deep enough, I suppose, into your soul.
I say are irrational. Yes, sometimes the things I do are quite radical. Yes, I will be waging war on the capital. Yes, I will burn the houses of parliament down, cause hypocrites, they burn quite easily. Wow, burn and pillage it all to the ground.
Hypocrites, they burn quite easily. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess metaphorically, not a literal burning, but metaphorically, that hypocrites and liars can be. They don't withstand questioning very well, do they? Which I think is why long form podcasts are so popular, and why so many politicians avoid those. Because it's very difficult to hold up a persona and avoid questions over the course of 2 or 3 hours. But in sound bites where they only, no matter what the questions are, they just say what they want to say. I think the real issue is Well, what I think is important is just answer the fucking question.
Your illegitimate king lost his crown. Animal flow, show no mercy under my rule. I won't be kind, I will be cruel. Down on my foes in a paddling pool. Yes, I'm tyrannical, bro. So never mistake a man for a fool. I'll take your ignorance right back to school.
And I guess, like, are there examples of in the short term, at least, perhaps a dictatorship working? You know, if a country is in such disarray. I mean, I don't know enough about it, but I do remember there's a Adam Curtis film, Hypernormalization. I remember him speaking a bit about, you know, Colonel Gaddafi and Libya and stuff, and he was demonized, I suppose, and was a dictator as far as I can tell. But they had like things like, you know, universal healthcare, and I think it was either when they got married or when they had kids or something, they would get money from the state, they would get a house and things like that. And I think the gist of that film, which is on the BBC, it's on the iPlayer, was that he was trying to establish a unified sort of African currency based on their natural reserves, but of course, certain people didn't like that. And what was the deal with Cuba as well? Does anybody know, like, how Fidel Castro, was it? Perhaps in the short term, there are benefits, you know, but then I suppose, what do they say? Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I don't know. But once again, man, Ren, making me think, you know, and from my Seven Sins video, you know, I've just been reading the comments of that, and some of the information you're all filling me in with about stuff, you know, I'm really enjoying reading it all, you know, so let me know some more stuff about the things I've mentioned, you know, correct me, fill me in, expand my knowledge, all that sort of stuff, because I love it.
And teach you a lesson for testing my cool. Animal. Animal.
Cool then, man. So what do you think that was then? Like, is that... I can't say I caught a great deal of the lyrics in it, you know. I know for one thing for sure, I'm going to watch some of the Mighty Boosh this weekend, because it's been... I think I've got the DVDs somewhere, but I haven't watched that for probably 15 years, but I'm going to check some of that out this weekend. But what do you think this song is about then? Is it a meditation on vegetarianism or meat eaters, or just the industry of animals, you know, or, you know, the factory farming? Is it just being used as a metaphor for people, for systems, for exploitation? What do you guys think, man? Let me know in the comments. But once again, dudes, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And I hope you're having an awesome week and all that. And I'll see you soon.